We live. Salam alaikum, son.
Showtime.
Indeed.
Can you hear me
okay?
well over there, Pops?
Yeah, you good? I can hear you, son. You good?
Yes, sir. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of TwoTreys podcast. We are now live, going in at it.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Well, good afternoon. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
You saying you can hear me well, Pops? Just want to make sure.
Yeah, but it's jumpy, but it's all right.
Yes, sir.
Salam alaikum, son.
This is episode 9. We had a episode yesterday going on at 8 o'clock.
Indeed.
Walaikum salam, Pops. If you can, if you want to get out of the chat and come in real quick.
Sure.
Maybe that'll help out a bit. Well, welcome in, guys. Go ahead and get into the broadcast.
Peace and love, everybody. So pretty much, this
you there with me, Pops? I just want to make sure our connection together is all good before we get into the mix of things.
Yeah, you sound good.
Great, perfect. All right, guys. Like we said, welcome back to TwoTreys podcast. I'm Son Trey, and here with me always is Pop Trey.
Peace indeed. Salam alaikum, son. Can you hear me, Trey?
Hey, Pops. I think you may be lagging behind me. Hold on one second, guys. Technical issues. It happens every now and again because we're going live. So let's get back into it. I'm gonna go ahead and put Pop Trey back. So welcome back, guys, to TwoTreys podcast. If you're just tuning in, make sure you're leaving a like on the video. And during the video, please leave a comment. And if you enjoy the channel, make sure you subscribe to our channel, so that in the future you'll be able to get notified when we have our future.
Am I okay now?
Let me go ahead and put Pop Trey back in. Yeah, can you hear me well?
Yeah, so I hear you good, man. Am I all right?
All right. Yeah, I'm on my end. I just noticed that you were lagging a little bit in between our conversation. I just want to make sure we're good before we hop into the conversation.
Yeah.
So we're all good, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah. Awesome, Pops. Want to go ahead and telling them why we do this every day?
Sure. What we do with this podcast for is to bridge the gap between father and sons, falsehoods, truth versus falsehoods, and bringing a perspective from a father to his son, and trying to bring it closer to each other. That in which can bring the family closer together and the community closer together. Absolutely. So once again, we're back. Am I good, Trey?
Yes, sir.
Am I good, son? Can you hear
Yes, sir. Yep. Yeah, we can hear you well.
All right, good. So let's just get into it.
Can you hear me on my end?
We good.
Before we don't get ahead of ourselves. We still got our Black History Month. I know we're excited. I know you're excited to get into it.
Right.
But before we do, as always, we have our honorable mention for Black, which we'll be actually doing for the remain each of our podcast episodes.
Absolutely.
So for this episode, we have our nominee as Benjamin. Let me pull up his name. I'm sorry, Benjamin Banneker.
Indeed.
Pops, did you wanna read it, or you want me to get it?
Yeah, you can tackle it, son. By all means, do the honors.
Or,
Do the honors.
yes, sir. Banneker was born the year 1731. I'm sorry, to October 19th, 1806. He was a free African American almanac author, surveyor, landowner, and farmer who had knowledge of mathematics and natural history. Born in Baltimore County, Maryland, to a free African American woman and a former slave, Banneker had little or no formal education and was largely self-taught. He became known for assisting Major Andrew Ellicott in a survey that established the original borders of the District of Columbia, the federal capital district of the United States. And if you guys just give me 1 second, I'll go ahead and pull up an actual image of him.
Benjamin Banneker was an important man.
Continue his biography. Banneker's knowledge of astronomy, author in commercially successful series of almanacs. He corresponded with Thomas Jefferson on the topics of slavery and racial equality. Jefferson, having early drafted the United States Declaration of Independence, abolitionists and advocates of racial equality promoted and praised Banneker's work. Although a day of Banneker's funeral destroyed many of his papers and belongings, one of his journals, his remaining almanacs, are presently available for public viewing. The names of parks, schools, and streets commemorate him and his works, as do other tributes. However, many accounts of his life exaggerate his accomplishments of attributes to him the achievements of others. So we salute you, Benjamin Banneker. And if you guys just give me 1 second, I want to make sure we honor him just as we do everyone else. I'll go ahead and image of him as well, because got to be able to put the biography and name to the face. Just give me 1 second. Pops, have you ever had Benjamin Banneker?
Absolutely. Benjamin Banneker is known to be on the $2 bill. Some people think that's him, but
Interesting.
Yeah. He was a very important man.
All right, I'll go ahead and pull up his picture in just a second. Let me go ahead and just share the screen real quick.
All right. Is it the pause? Is it like a?
Are able to put the name to the face? No, we're good.
All right.
Yeah, I hear it on your end. That you're a little bit delayed. I think you're
How about
good
now?
now.
Is it still doing it now? Son,
All right, sharing my screen now. And in just a second, I'll have that video, picture of him pulled up. Don't worry. I think it might be just lagging because I'm pulling up everything. As soon as I have his image pulled up, I think we'll be better.
Yeah.
We have the all right, guys. Just want to give it a little second so you guys are able to see his image.
I can see it from
All
here.
right. Yes, sir. So again, we honor you and salute you, Benjamin Banneker.
Salute. Another black important man. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Son, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Are you ready to get into the topic of today?
Yeah, let's go. Wait. Let's go. Indeed.
All right. So if you tuned into episode 8 podcast that we had yesterday,
right?
Essentially, we got into the talk of UFO sightings and aliens.
UAPs, son. UAPs.
Kind of touch on that topic.
Get the right name, son.
My apologies. UAPs, UFOs, aliens.
Well, they ain't saying nothing about aliens yet.
So today we want to again.
Right.
So Pops, I got some videos prepared for us to watch and discuss with the viewers.
Okay.
And our opinion. For those of you watching,
some sightings.
Please, we want you to be as interactive as possible. So while tuning into some of the videos, you're more than welcome to drop your opinions as well, and leave a comment. And we promise
like
to
and share
within the video, within the podcast, we'll get to. All right, Pop.
Like and share.
Yes, sir.
Roll the footage, son.
Absolutely. This is TwoTreys podcast. If you're enjoying our videos, please leave a lot. It does a world of favor to us and our channel. All right. Yes, sir. Without further ado. All right.
Let's go.
So the first watching is actually from a clip from 60 Minutes. And essentially they'll be explaining UAPs and the phenomenon people are sighting from above. So I'll go ahead and share my and get that video playing for us. Hey, Pops, pull it up right now, so I can't see when the video turns on. Can you let me know when you can see the video?
Yeah, I got you.
All right.
This does buffering.
Is it up yet? Or are you still waiting?
Still waiting.
Okay.
You know, we're visual people, man. So I'm glad you got this footage, actual footage. There's been a lot of sightings. You know, maybe one day I'll share my vision. It's coming on short. It's slowly coming. The screen just changed. I don't know. It might be a little delayed, but
All right, we should. I think we should be good now. Can you see the video on the screen, pops?
nah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Good.
So I'll do this. I'll go ahead and play the video. Maybe that will string it along.
All right.
I'm not hearing it.
Yeah, what happened? Son. Son, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Son, can you hear me?
Please bear with us, guys. We're just having a little bit of technical issues. I'm just gonna start over again because when the video started playing, I wasn't hearing the audio, so I'm gonna
me neither.
Restart it again.
All right.
Yeah, I can hear you well. It's just when I was playing the video, I just couldn't hear the audio, so I'll try it again.
All right. It's a live show, man. You know what I mean? We can't do no editing.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, just give me a minute. I just had to restart everything. We'll try it again. So yeah, yesterday, in regards to UAPs, UFOs. Yeah, it's all right. They'll understand, you know. All right, so let's see if it works this time. And this is fair usage. We'll be commenting on what he says.
Fair use, fair use, fair use.
Come on, video. Just needed to keep up with us.
Public denial. The Pentagon now admits there's something out there, and the U.S. Senate wants to know what it is. The Intelligence Committee. Committee has ordered the Director of National Intelligence and the Secretary of Defense to deliver a report on the mysterious sightings by next month.
The story will continue in a...
So what you're telling me is that UFOs, unidentified flying objects, are real.
Bill, I think we're beyond that already. The government has already stated for the record that they're real. I'm not telling you that. The United States is telling you that.
Luis Elizondo spent 20 years running military intelligence operations worldwide in Afghanistan, the Middle East, and Guantanamo. He hadn't given UFOs a second thought. Pentagon called the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, or ATIP.
The mission of ATIP was quite simple. It was to collect and analyze information.
Hey, Pop, so I just wanted to pause it real quick. Are you still with us? I can't see your face right
You know how
now.
the sound.
Yeah, I'm here.
Sound
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm
still here.
Wacky.
Look, Bill,
Pops, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm not telling you that it doesn't sound wacky. What I'm telling you is real. The question is, what is it?
Where you want to comment on essentially what he said so far? All right, I can hear you. You want to comment on what he's spoken
good.
about so?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much what he's saying is exactly what is not a surprise to me. You know what I mean? You know, it's just because it was funny, man, because we tend to believe another race of people before we will believe our own, and this is just another example of just that. This information came from a different source at one point in time, so that doesn't neglect now that because that there is another group of people who's saying that they seen now and they can confirm now that there are these flying objects in the sky that they can't explain how they are operating and maneuvering in ways that they can never achieve for themselves. Now it's like it's a mystery. To them, it's a mystery, but to us, it's always been known since before I was born. All right, so this it's just some people need this just to legitimize or confirm what the truth is. And now it's on 60 Minutes. Now do you believe it? Come on. So continue on, son.
Before I press play again, that essentially his comment in regards to saying, oh, like we've already known, it's what I'm saying, it's past that. It's now they're at the point of trying to, I'm assuming, trying to figure out exactly what their intentions are, and so forth. And I think it's interesting because even in my lifetime, when people come out with sightings on their phones or whatever of seeing these aircrafts or whatever, people were scared to either talk about it or when this image isn't clear enough, or the government or the state would say will give excuses to essentially what the objects were. So I think it would be interesting if we were to go back and see about some older stories of UAP sightings, because a lot of the narratives that we've been told is that people just saw weather balloons or drones and stuff like that. So I kind of think it begs the question for us to rethink. Like, did they really see what possible UAPs and essentially not what the spin was in the newspapers and on the TV screen?
Right. And now we have to go back.
So I'll go ahead and.
Oh, hold on for a second. Can you hear me?
Before.
Son, can you hear me? Damn, it's got a delay to it. Son. Can you hear me? Damn. Can you hear me, son? Yo, I'm gonna go out and come back in and try to catch up. This is crazy.
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Yeah, I think it's a delay. It's a big delay.
Yes, sir. Yeah, there's the delay.
You on mute, son. Your phone is on mute. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Look at your phone.
Pops, can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah. I hear you.
Sorry guys about that. I don't know if you guys did hear it, what I was saying after we finished playing the video, but it's pretty crazy how we're the last person was describing it, essentially saying at this point they're seeing these aircrafts on a consistent basis, on a daily occurrence. The sightings are happening. We have some other videos as well, of some more actual sightings. There's this guy that has his own stead. I can hear you.
All right, so just to put this in a little bit like a reality punch to the face, how I told you so, how your thought process was always absolutely correct. When we have to go backwards and listen to those testimonies from those people that were thrown in the hospital or put into like psych wards. Remember, this wasn't always accepted when people said they saw things in the sky that they can't explain. You know what I mean? So we gotta remember that, you know, that people got tested on. Their brains, they got electric shock to their bodies because they said they saw something. And that made everybody scared or come forward. You know what I mean? I just want everybody just to understand that this is huge. And it's like it just was just swept under the rug, and like, you know what I mean? Nobody's supposed to think about this no more. You know, I'm just glad that, you know, we have this platform that we can shed this light on something which, you know, myself and yourself has found to be very important and monumental. This is life changing. This is thinking, educational wise, altering. We now have to put it in the textbooks that there are 30 things in the sky that we can't explain. So no more of this, oh, it's just a movie, oh, it's just television. You know what I mean? So we really gotta pay attention to that. You know, I ain't mean to go on the spill, son, but proceed with the video.
No, you're all good. Ava Sanchez. So, excuse my. As we get closer to Savior's Day, expect to see more sightings. Interesting quote, Ava Sanchez. Appreciate your love.
She's right. Well, it's
just.
But yeah, it's real. We all go.
Happy Savior. So like, it's just crazy to. Oh yeah, it's absolutely real. And like you said, it hopefully opens the door back to about people that had previous sightings, seeing sightings and speaking on them, and how people were essentially denouncing them. Maybe because the quality wasn't as good, or essentially coming out with stories that would discount with their sightings. We have another video as well. A man and his family live a homestead lifestyle, and essentially he has a hobby of so essentially he had his camera out one night and let it off. I wish my right now I wish I these moments. It would be crazy.
Microphone is dead.
Okay, let me go ahead and get this video pulled up for us to review. Pulled up soon enough. Just giving it some time to catch up.
We got time to play the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's video too, right?
Yes, sir. We got all the time. We're not kept on no deadline. This is our show, yeah. It's over when we say it's over. And again, fair use.
Fair use, fair use, fair use.
Instead, then a thunderstorm. Later, I spotted a picture of a UFO. Oh, I didn't alter it. I didn't Photoshop it. I've got 4 shots straight up out of my camera. I will swear under oath these are the original shots from my camera, and I don't know what they are. UFOs for sure. Let's take a look in today's episode. Here from Homestead. Welcome to Homestead. Last night and every night, I've been going with my tripod and my camera, trying to get a shot of the Milky Way. Last night it was too cloudy, I couldn't see the Milky Way, so I tried to get some of these cool shots of the house. I tried to do a time lapse where I set the camera up, and this is 700 pictures of our house. Look, here's a close up. Can you see it on there?
Show it on the screen. Kind of, not really.
I'll show it on the screen. You can see the stars and you can see the clouds, and the clouds are moving. And then I combine the 700 pictures together to make it see. See it on there? While I was doing this, something flew overhead and I got shots of it on here. So now I'm going to show the girls this. I also woke up and let's just show that thing out there. Our little screened-in porch, that's like my base camp where I set up my camera equipment. I got my extra batteries and stuff. We woke up this morning and it was flipped over in the driveway, which is crazy because there was no storm last night. There's no rain. It wasn't windy out at all. So I think the aliens attacked us. There's aliens. It's UFOs. So look at this.
Short story, look. Dad got abducted by aliens when he was a little girl.
Yeah, when I was a little girl, I got abducted by aliens. Wait, let's see. Alyssa, you go back there so Katie can see this now, because I want to see what you guys think of this. You're going to say I'm crazy. You're going to say something. I just want an explanation for what it is.
Go up more, Katie. Just so you know, I just woke up.
Now I have to find it because there's 800 of them.
Wait, Katie, go closer. Katie, go closer.
This is one of the last ones. And now, Alyssa, can you see the screen okay? I can show it on screen, but is it bright enough? Do you need to do this? Okay, I'll just show it on screen. Here's number one. Katie, bright enough? Do you need to do this? Okay.
Keep going.
What is that? I swear to God, I did not edit that. This photo isn't edited at all. I didn't even change the brightness. I didn't crop it. I did nothing. This is the original photo out of my camera. No lie.
Go to No. Go to.
I will. Look, does that look like an airplane to you?
No, it looks
A
like
helicopter, a drone? It's not my drone.
Looks like
Okay, watch. Watch. Here's where it gets scarier. Watch this. Watch.
Oh shit.
Look at the light coming off of it.
I'm
Oh, this is. Oh, I showed this to Alyssa. She said, "Oh, you faked it. Like, what did I fake?
You yeeted it up in the air.
What? There's lights coming off. There's like a spotlight. It's trying to find me.
Where the government's gonna come murder us.
That's it.
If you don't have it, we don't post
Look at
any
you can see it
videos.
in the
We're
clouds.
dead.
Okay, so now we're gonna zoom into it. I showed this to Mom, and she said,
Can't tell she-
So yeah, pops here. This guy essentially he takes pictures of the Milky Way, and with his high resolution camera, he was able to pick up on a UAP. Essentially passing across the and essentially things like this has been happening ever since at least I can remember as a kid. People coming out with video, what they are seeing is unidentified objects in the sky, moving at different rates of speed, at speeds in which they've never seen before. And then I think sometimes they'll say the sound is of low ambiance, so you can barely hear those crafts passing by. People have also stated that they've seen these vehicles move in groups. So like there's been 4 or 5 at one time, and a whole city of people have also been seeing the same thing. We've had reports maybe like a day or two after it, essentially not. And the writing them off said in the earlier video saying that they're either weather drones or military trainings. But the truth is out now. I definitely think we should look back at those other and take more account on when they said they had these encounters, because now you know what I'm saying, it's a possibility. It's an absolute possibility.
Absolutely, and you know it. You talk about the size.
Possibly, you want to add to that real quick before I go on to the next video?
Yeah. You able to hear me? Okay. It's a delay. I have a delay on this connection. It's a delay. But
yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So the only thing I want to say before you start the next video is that you know.
Right. It might.
Yeah, I think so. But if you can hear me, you eventually will hear me or will hear this. That we always felt like there was always something out there, and then when they started putting it on TV and showing us and depicting what they would assume that these so-called alien things are supposed to be operating, this UAP or phenomenon or baby plane, when they depict them to be ugly looking and monstrous and boogity eyed, big head, you gotta realize that why paint something in which you say doesn't exist, but then create in your own image what these so-called beings are flying. Somebody got to be operating those things out there. Somebody got to be operating those mother planes. So
Correct.
if your depiction of the operators of those vehicles are something in which are monstrous and not of this planet, then you know what you're doing by doing that. You know, so now it comes down to when they ascend and open up that door, a majority of us are going to run because we're going to think it's something monstrous coming out of there to snatch us, you know what I mean, and do experiment on us. But that's not the case. So the speeds are astronomical. They go through 0 to 1,000 with no push, with no run and jump. It's, and that's it. So
the guy part of the ATIP program, the military, they're reaching speeds top to 3,000 miles per hour in any direction. Pretty impossible for our fastest planes that we have currently. I'm gonna go ahead and get into the next video, Pops, and I'm trying to I want to link that with essentially in the first clip we have the individual essentially say that they've known for a while that we've been encountered by these UAPs, but exactly just how long is the question. And I think what we have is some instances of it being possibly dating back ages in history. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video that kind of delves into the, in essence, ancient aliens that have been around since our civilizations. Again, if you're enjoying the podcast, guys, this is TwoTreys podcast. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps a lot for the channel. If you subscribe, you'll be able to be on time when it comes to watching our videos on live. Subscribing allows you to essentially get a reminder from YouTube, and that reminder will keep you guys on pace on essentially what time we'll be going on, and give you guys a heads up, so you'll be prepared. Also, leaving a comment essentially helps us, and if you want to, that would be the best way to go about it. So please drop those comments, and we'll definitely try our best to get to those and post your comments on the live stream and all that good stuff. All right.
absolutely.
We'll go ahead and get into this next video. This one actually comes from a series that they have on the History Channel. It's titled Ancient Aliens, Pops. And this one goes on into the Vimana model aircraft experiment. Essentially, the model aircraft derives from a model that they got from the stories from Hindi text about their sightings of UAPs. So you guys just give me a second. I'll go ahead and play that for us all.
Airflow go past it at about 50 miles per hour or so.
Here we go. And again, fair use.
University of California at Irvine, April 2017.
has obtained a model of an aircraft whose design specifications are based solely on information gleaned from ancient Indian texts that are believed to have formally set to writing in 500 BC. He is going to subject it to wind analysis to determine if it is a viable flying machine.
Okay, so this is our aerospace vehicle model. It's connected to this boom. The armature has a force gauge on it. We're going to have airflow go past it at 50 miles per hour or so. And we're going to measure forces against it to determine if it's going to fly or not.
And so, what are the signs that you're looking for in order to determine whether this is, in fact, aerodynamically sound?
Right. So we're going to measure the normal force, and the normal force is up or down. If it starts to move up, then that'll be exciting because it's actually rising, and that's how you get flight. You know, when an airplane turns up to move, just because it's getting lift. The other thing is I don't want to see it going real bad side to side or real bad chatter up and down, because that would mean it's unstable.
So essentially, what they're doing,
Let's fire her up and see what happens.
Yeah, let's do it.
they got from the Hindi text, and essentially in this experiment, they're testing to see if from the dynamic, essentially, does it have the capability of flight that was spoken of in these texts. And essentially, these texts come from from the year 500
Right.
BC, before Christ. Is capable of flight. How would our ancient ancestors have known of the abilities of flight in this manner, dating back in 500 BC? So let's where this experiment leads.
Absolutely. Good question.
Coming up to speed.
Or winds. The craft exhibits a slight lift upwards, yet remains relatively steady.
No side to side wobble.
Sensors record the measurements of various forces, as well as torque and pitch, to determine just how aerodynamic the body is.
It looks very stable.
All right. So let's look at the results.
So we measured the lift. It was positive between 0.03 and 0.06 pounds. That means we were measuring lift. So our vehicle in the experiment was showing positive lift like an aircraft would.
Did you expect these results from a shape that's like that?
Well, the shape looks like a lifting body to me, but you never know until you actually do the experiment. And we have experimental results now that says it is. So that's the exciting part.
And what do you say to anyone who questions the idea that this information has been taken from a text that's at least 1,800 years old?
The only thing you can say is we performed a good scientific experiment, and the results were that the shape made from those texts is a viable aerodynamic structure.
The aircraft
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
So there we have it. So apparently, our ancient Hindi civilization So essentially, what he said is not only is it in the shape of something that is aerodynamic, to truly know if it is.
Mm-hmm. Trey, you hear me, son? Your phone is on mute. You on mute. You on mute. You're on mute. You on mute. You.
It keeps doing that for some reason. I don't know what the issue is. We're having a little bit of technical issues today.
Man, it's a lot of technical
But I don't know if
issues
you hear
going
us. But essentially, do you have anything to add to that? Yeah. Yeah. I hate to say it. Actually, like the guys. The way I see it essentially is they had to have at least technology, or had to have witnessed it to know that something that was capable of being able to fly. Pops, you got if you'd like to add to that.
Yeah, I mean, like I told you, man, you know, what we're living in the time right now is actually considered, as far as the technology, we are probably 10 steps back. You know, this probably it's nothing new under the sun. So what we're doing now isn't something what we're improving on. It's actually something that we're just repeating. That's all. It's just something that we repeat. Then it's going to start over again until Allah says, I'm going to get this thing right. Until these people act right. It's the battle between good and evil. And, you know, there's forces and entities in the everyday struggle and battle and war between good and evil. That's all it is. So whether who is operating these baby planes,
okay,
if they have a hostile mindset and an aggressive one, then I say with the amount of intelligence that goes into creating something that can maneuver at astronomical speeds and what have you, they would be more advanced in fighting, right? But they haven't attacked the Earth. There hasn't been no hostile takeover from above. So that lets you know that since they've been out there for centuries, but haven't once made a hostile move, why is America now develop the new military space force? What do they feel is a threat to them? Or are you really being the aggressor? And there is a history or pattern of invading territory that's not their own. So here we go again. But the minister was right. The messenger was right.
So I mean, I know for a fact through history that. Now I'll actually get into that in just a second. To have the video pulled up, I'm just waiting. Load at a good rate that we can play at a good timing. But just to speak on that, and actually what you said on our last podcast was that essentially we were able to fly back in those ancient times, and that essentially you said we must have bumped our head and but we had those capabilities. And I think it's pretty interesting that that last video shows that in the year they had the wherewithal to know how to design, at least if it came from their own imagination, which I doubt. I doubt that. I believe that they either witnessed it, or they had the capabilities themselves, to design the technology to be able to take flight. And it's something that we can't put past them at all. The other unexplainable advances in technology were capable in those ancient times.
Right.
Now you sent me the speech on Farrakhan, and you stated previously that Nation of Islam believes that those that are on those planes, that they are known, they're not unidentified, are known to us, Nation of Islam. So I'll go ahead and get that video played up and see what the minister has to say on the topic as well.
Absolutely.
But I think we both can agree by now, and it's hard to disagree at this point. So I think this opens a whole can of worms into the discussion a little bit more on these sightings, on the possibility of there being aliens out there, and essentially what the question is not if they exist, but exactly what their intent is and who they are. So let's see if I believe we can get some insight on that to see if we have some answers out there on who's behind the machinery that has essentially astonished the world.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I'll have that video pulled up in just a second. Just going ahead and share my screen right now. Hey Pops, can you let me know when the video's visit screen?
I got you.
And I'll go ahead and play it.
All right. Remember, man, it might be like a delay.
All right, let's get into it.
Mountains on the earth. You a mountain. Yes. Yes. The Holy Quran says, and we raise mountains on the earth, let it convulse. The same way you put on your tire to give balance to your tire so you have a smooth ride down the highway. The earth is oblong, not round, but you're riding a very smooth ride at the speed of 1,037 1/3 miles per hour, and you don't even feel the jolt unless God makes the under your feet. Why is your ride so smooth? It's because like you put weights on an imbalanced tire. God rolled mountains on the earth, lest the earth convulse and carry you away. How do you raise a mountain? Put a firecracker in sand. put it an inch down and explode it, and it'll bring up a mound an inch high. Put it down 2 inches and you'll bring up a mound 2 inches high. Honorable Elijah Muhammad said the bombs have a drill at the end of it with a timing device, and that's made of the finest steel. The steel is not known to this world. It's the same steel that's in those wheels. It is not known to this world. And if you read anything that the white man writes on unidentified flying objects, they talk about a steel that they've never seen anything like it before. Don't you know people created all of this? Don't you know that we knew the white man before he came into existence and had prepared his destruction before he was even born? Do white man can overcome God? He's nothing to the power of the God who's on scene today. Listen, we're almost there. He says when that bomb hits the earth, it has a timing device, mechanism in it. The drill goes off and it does not explode. It just drills its way into the earth, and when it gets a mile down, it explodes, sending up a mountain a mile high, destroying everything in a 50 square mile radius. Those planes are deadly. They're at speeds that this world has never seen before. Motion that this world has not seen. They take off, going straight up. And they can move right and left, forward and back, stop on a dime, move back, go forward. The mechanics, the dynamics, the aerodynamics of this has never been seen by the scientists of this world. Whether you're Russian, whether you're American, I don't give a damn who you are. You do not know this. We gave you only one book of mathematics when we gave you power to rule this world. There are 59,999 other books of higher mathematics that none of you have ever seen. The end of the white man is in sight. And your end is in sight if you don't straighten yourself up. God don't care nothing about all the people that's on the earth. He intends to kill most of them. Come like a hill of dung. Manure, what that is. None of you have existence even on the earth. Everything that God creates justifies being here by being what God created to be. Everything except man. You've become nothing. And unless you accept your own and be yours, to kill you. And I'm with him to do just that.
You want to hit pause for a second?
Alone. The wheel has been every country on the earth. And the scientists are gathering.
Yes, sir.
Just want to, you know what I mean, kind of break down the minister's words, all praise due to God. I kind of break down, you know, some of the things that he has said. And, you know, just bring some clarity. And, you know, it can't get no more clearer than the messenger himself. So, did you hear anything that, you know what I mean, taking you aback or made you have a question? What is he
not now, since I've seen this video before, but it is interesting because the very words that he's saying in this video are what they're saying now in recent clips.
Right.
But the age of this video date back to at least 20-30 years.
I believe about
so I think like you had spoken earlier, how essentially the government and its affiliates are now getting other countries around the world are getting into the possibilities and the talks of these UAP sightings and
right.
what's known about them, and yet we have the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan speaking here about them and actually going into depth, explaining more essentially than what we're getting from reports today.
He's
How do you
not
feel
finished
about
yet
it,
either. I mean,
no, sir.
How I feel.
Absolutely, we'll definitely get the rest of the video played.
Yeah. So you know what I mean. So let's just open our mind. Let's just open our mind. You know what I mean. Now that the government said that they can confirm now that they exist. So it's kind of soothing, or the question has to be answered as to, well, who has been saying it for a long time? Decades.
Right.
You know what I mean? Who's been saying it? Who's been saying it? And not only that, what else are they? What else do they teach? Oh, they teach about eating right. Oh, what did they say about eating? Oh, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, "Don't eat any meat, right? Or stay away from anything that's poisonous and dirty and filthy, right? Eat less. Eat once a day." Now, what are they confirming? Oh, eat less. You will weigh less if you eat less. Well, I thought you said eat 3 meals a day. Come on, man.
All right, I'll go ahead and play the video out a little longer.
Living in different parts of the world, trying to figure out what's going on. There's a new vegetation on the wheel. Seeds on the wheel. There's new life on the wheel. You don't age on the wheel. Made by God. It's like a city in the sky, and I saw a new Jerusalem. City up like a bride adorned for the groom coming down from heaven. Ain't no city coming down out of no sky. It's a wheel, and it's more powerful than the ark of Noah. Animals in the ark, 2 of every kind, because when he destroyed, he was only going to reproduce what was already here. No! Behold, I make all things new. I'm using nothing of this, but just you, if you submit. God in person. Yeah, he told Elijah Muhammad over about 60 years ago. He said that he would bring every wheel in a halt. I want you to listen good, because you're going to face it. You that make America the beautiful, huh? Think you can put your trust in Bush, huh? Or Clinton, huh? No, you're going to put your trust in God today, otherwise you're not going to make it. Gangbanger, huh? You want to shoot, huh? You're going to die in the street like dogs. Your day is here now. I'm telling you, man, if I never see you again, it's all right. But what I say to you today, I don't ever have to say it again. The word go forth to the ends of the earth. God is in person today. And he is manifesting his power in the West. He wants to make himself known. So he has allowed Russia to go down, everything to go down, leaving America as the only game in town because she's his meat. He said, I'm going to destroy America by myself. For you. His people. He gonna and one from among you is already exalted. And I'm telling you, Elijah, Muhammad don't love no. I don't, you don't need no fraud.
You hit pause for a second?
Yes, sir.
So, he right there, it was a lot that
Yes, sir.
said as well. You know what I mean? And before we go into, any more, because the minister was speaking on the will, and then he kind of incorporated some more things in the mix of it. So just bringing it back to the topic of the will itself, you know what I mean, as far as like who and what he's referring to when he says that there are the best of everything on the will, basically saying the seeds, basically what he did say was, the seeds on the will in which they got from earth. But on this will, everything is perfect. I mean, you don't age, because everything that you're consuming is pure. You know what I mean, and fresh, and how it's supposed to be made, and how it's supposed. You know what I mean? So,
All right.
was there anything that you had, I know you said you heard it multiple times, but as far as like the viewers,
Yeah, I think
the viewers,
right. Yeah, that's
times,
what you said. Yeah, I think it was interesting. Right. Yeah, I think it was interesting what he was saying. So essentially, 60 years back from when this speech aired, so that's 80 years from from this time today. So 80 years ago, this message, right? So 80 years ago, this message was being spoken of. And like we had said earlier, a lot of the UFO, UAP discussion, especially during that time, was denounced by the government, media, and by the mass populace as well. So, like I said earlier, I think this definitely should put those people that were speaking about these accounts and what they had to say back on the forefront of discussion, and giving them that respect, because they were speaking about this 80 years ago, and now we know for a fact that these UAPs do exist. So I think we should definitely open our ears to those that knew the information before the government allowed us to have access to it, and hear them out.
But
I think it was also interesting. I think it was also interesting how he was saying that essentially the is a mark of essentially the end of the reign of America, and that this is all happening essentially for the benefit of the African American community that has suffered for 400 years under the tyranny of America. Yes, sir.
That's right and exact. You know what I mean? We are the most peaceful people on this planet. You know what I mean? We not deserving of anybody to save us. You know what I mean? Of a power that is beyond the realms of what we are pushed down to understand and believe in. I mean, when you put a ceiling cap on your head, that's supposed to keep the heat inside. So when they put a ceiling cap on our brain, that kept whatever they wanted in our brain to know. You know what I'm saying? And that prevented us from learning and accepting a lot of truth about who we truly are and what we are connected to. You know what I mean? By this so-called melanin. You know what I mean? This black germ in our skin, in our body, in our bloodstream. You know what I mean? And this is literally a battle between good and evil on all levels. You know what I mean? The supernatural levels. And all that supernatural stuff that we've been watching and grew up on and love. Why do you think you love superheroes so much? Why do you think a lot of people just gravitate to supernatural human beings? Because that's what we were. That's what we were. I mean, that's not something imaginative, something that's made up, something imaginative, something that's made up. This is actual facts. This is actual. You know what I mean? Just think. Let's look at certain people that jump real high. They are defeating the realms of gravity, the theory of gravity. Just imagine we knew how to do that. We knew physically, mentally.
Yeah, pops. When I meet people, I like to ask them essentially what their superpower is. And a lot of people, some people, you know, no. What is their super? When I, you know what I'm saying, when I meet somebody, I'm say, you know what I'm saying, I say, how you doing? Introduce myself. And then, you know what I'm saying, in conversation, I'm like, so what's your superpower? And when I ask that, I'm essentially asking, like, what are you good at that essentially no one else can beat you in? You know what I'm saying? And I believe everyone has that ability or that potential at something, right? That there's something that we all do that no one else can do the way, even if they can do it, they can't do it the way you do it. Right. And I always get good feedback when I ask people that, because a lot of people are like shocked. They're like, oh my God, no one's ever asked me that before. Or and they start to think about it, and they're like, yo, I do this. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's a good way to spark a conversation. But it definitely opens the person up to me. And then I find out a lot about them that makes them unique as an individual. And I can say I've met no two people alike when I have that question answered. But like you said,
the main thing, the truest thing was not just for you. You know what I mean? It allowed you to learn something about them that you didn't know, but for them as well. It opened up something, like they said that they never had anybody ask them that question, which means that they never even thought of themselves having a superpower or thinking of themselves in the way where they do something quite well, better than somebody else. And they didn't have to go to school to learn it. Nobody had to train them. You know what I mean? We're born with natural characteristics or natural traits of the one true God, Allah. And in those attributes, which is 99 of them, so we fit one or two or three or multiple of those characteristics. You know what I mean? So what goes on in us is in God. You know what I mean? That's when you have mastered yourself, you know what your purpose is. You know what I mean? Knowing yourself is knowing your purpose. You know.
Yes, sir. And I think the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan spoke on how the masses is suffering from a lack of knowledge of self.
Right.
And a knowledge of self is, like you said, a lack of purpose. And with the lack of purpose,
there's no point of living.
Right. You have nothing to attribute to society, into the human race, or to your own existence. You can't justify your own existence. Yeah, you can't justify your own existence, and that's I think a lack mentality to be in. Whereas in the opposite, knowing your purpose and knowing your mission here on Earth, or at least having that drive and ambition to figure it out, opens the door for possibilities that you can only dream of. And then the funny thing is, it turns into your dream. So a lot of times, like for me, A lot of the things I wanted to get into and get good at first started as dreams. Like I always wanted to play soccer as a kid, so I had the dream of playing soccer, and then I started playing, and then I realized I was, pretty decent at it and stuff like that. So I built on those skills and stuff like that, and now I'm in like positions today where unfortunately I wish I was still playing soccer, but I'm getting opportunities to possibly coach for little league teams and stuff like that. So that's the power of finding and putting in time in things that you love to do, and building your skills that make you you essentially.
Exactly.
I'll go ahead and continue the video, Pops.
All right.
Got about 2 minutes left in it. Less than that.
I don't care nothing about what you think. My father don't love none of them. And he have the power now to do what God want him to do. Already at the right hand. That's the man you call Christ. He ain't no cracker. He's a black man that look like you. Got hair like lamb's wool. You ready? Feet like burnished brass. See, you never did think nothing of yourself. But J. Edgar Hoover thought enough of you to know that the Messiah was coming right up out of you. God's taught it. God has empowered it. And the two of them are together like two arrows shot from the same bow. And the two of them is backing me. I got to get strong. Got to get bold. I call push out for the fight. You want the nation of Islam now. Talking to the president. You got rid of Ortega. You're working on Gaddafi and Saddam Hussein and Castro. But you got Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam. Whether you like it or not, Black America's listening to Farrakhan. Whether you like it or not, there's no other black leader left. God has fallen down, Jesse down, Hooks down, Jacobs down, NAACP gone, Urban League gone, Core gone, gone. The Nation of Islam only in time.
I'll go ahead and cut the video there, Pops. But
all right.
Yeah, that was the existence of the mother plane and the impact that he believes is going to have on America and the world as we know it.
The impact is happening on it right now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Can you hear me?
I think he said a lot. Yes, sir. I think he said a lot of interesting things there. Yes, sir. I can hear you very well. So yeah, that was our UAP talk for the day. UFO. I think we'll definitely in the future be diving into this conversation here and there. Have more video clips for you guys. And we'll keep up with the ongoing phenomena that we call UAP. And
keep your eyes in the sky.
This is leading us. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Well, Pops, I think that's been episode 9. I know we've had a couple of glitches here and there throughout the video. All in all, I'll say I think it's all good, Pops. I think all in all, I think we've been able to hit our target for the most part, and definitely touch on some interesting points. For those of you watching, please make sure you leave a comment. We definitely want to hear what you guys think about the topic. Essentially, who you guys think is up there flying these vehicles, and we'll definitely in future videos get to your comments and break them down a little bit. All right.
Absolutely.
This has been Two
Appreciate
Trays
you.
Podcast. This has been episode
2 Trey?
9. Yes,
Nine's in
sir.
the books. It's a wrap.
Anything
Love
else
you,
you want to
son.
add, Pops?
Not at all. Just keep
Love
your
you too,
eyes to the
Pop.
sky. That's want to give condolences to Amir Locke's family. The young brother who was killed from the police, barging in, I believe, his aunt's house, but he was just sleeping on the couch, man. And he came and shot that brother.
Yes, sir.
dead. So,
yes,
may Allah be pleased.
We'll touch on that topic in the future. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Other than that, man, be safe, son.
Yes,
Love
sir.
You.
Yes, sir.
Continue on.
I'll go ahead and get a song pulled up. Also, Pop, and viewers on YouTube, we have scheduled tomorrow a special guest show tomorrow. We're going live at 10 a.m. tomorrow. So again, please subscribe to the channel so you'll get notified when we go live. Yes, sir. Like, comment, and share. And we're out of here. I'll go ahead and pull up that song for you guys. I think I'm gonna pull up another track from He's a Star EP to close this out on. But peace and blessings to you,
Sounds
Pop.
good.
You have a blessed day, all right?
You too. Love you, son.
And to you guys as well out there, YouTube viewers, y'all have a blessed day, all right? I'll go ahead and pull up a song for us to get us out of here, all right? And we'll see you all tomorrow. Yeah, here's another one. Woke up to another day, sun smiling at my face, it's all good. When you with your girl, and she feel like your whole world, it's all good. But if you're home alone, in a bad tone, just know it's all good. Can't pay the bills, but you can eat a meal, then you know it's all good. Who cares what they think and say about you? Go and tell them it's all good. Do what you gotta do, it's your time now. This is not class, but I'm trying to teach you that. You know it's all good. This is not class, but I'm trying to teach you that. So dust yourself off, make up your mind, and walk in that direction. You know it's all good. Tell them that it's all good. Now everybody say it. Tell them that it's all good. Say it's all good. All the ladies say it. Let them know. No, it's all good. All the fellas scream it. Let it go. Yeah, you know it's all good. All the kids at the show, let them know it's all good. Everybody is all good. Let them know. Good.